Oh, I think I'm here again. I hope I'm here again. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, Heather. Thanks for coming. I got bopped off my first attempt, so we're trying again. I'm hoping everybody else finds me too, because we had quite a few people there and it just like locked up or something. I don't know. It says it's waiting for me on the first one. I just closed it out. I don't know. It didn't end right or something. Does this say it's waiting for me too? Yay, Martha's here. Samira's here. Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am on. Woohoo, yay. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. It said I was having connectivity issues, but my Wi-Fi signal is strong and I'm right at the Wi-Fi box. So, yay, we're back. Thank you for rejoining, everybody. So, we're just putting together collage with these scraps. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just, playing. Just playing. But that's what it's about, right? Playing. I don't know if I like that there. Maybe this one. Kind of like, I don't know. That's the same paper as that. Okay, what other options do we have here? Linda, hi, welcome. Thank you, Jean. Thanks for your understanding, everybody. I really don't know what happened. Ooh, I like that there. Ooh, maybe I should do that. Is that too much snowflake? I think I want to go with the sort of plain green, but I'll move it over this way a little bit because then I have more options later, right? I mean, I don't have to use every single piece of paper I have here, but I'm trying to use up paper. I'm just so happy you're all here. Thank you so much for coming by and supporting me and my wackiness. Now I got a little piece there. All right, well, let's put that there. Because why not? Why not? Oh, or do I like that side better? No, I like the other side better. So what's everybody else working on? Anything special? I have so much to do, guys. It's crazy. I don't know if I want to make cards with this or make some cards and cut some up in Rolodex form for Jean's collab or make some things for Deck the Year or some combination thereof. I'm going to cover this up a little bit because I will put the snowflakes out because I got sticky glue there. Yeah, everybody, I don't want to take the time to go through and make everybody moderators. I'm not as good about that. But maybe next time or maybe sometime when I just do a sort of a more of a chat instead of just a concentrate on what you're doing, Deb kind of thing. Is my camera up down too low, up too high? Maybe that shows more of it. So this is just the backing from the paper. That's for those of you that might not have been here. All right, let's tear this one. I don't really need any more, right? But this is kind of cool. Was already from a die or something. That's that same paper there. So I don't want to do that. Or I could put it over here, or I could put it right in the middle. But if I cut them, I probably cut them like 4, 4, and 4. Maybe I'll have it down here coming up this way. Decisions, decisions. I'll tell you what. No, that's too close to that. Let's put it down here. Fran, hi. I don't know. What's a scrape board? I'm making a collage. I guess they call that a master board or something. I don't know. From scrap board. Yes, I'm making a scrap board. I'm scraping by with scraps. Yes, I am making a scrap board. I could even use that, but I don't think I'll do that. I'm just trying to use up all these pieces. Well, this one I think I'm going to toss. I have these many more to go, and then I thought we would cut it and or stencil through this with embossing paste. Or I have another stencil here. I have this one. That would be pretty. I have another one too. Or, ooh, maybe this one. It's a mixed media stencil. Snowflakes. Brutus Monroe. Although they're kind of in squares. I don't know if I don't know what I want to do yet. I think I want to try using this and see what happens. That's okay. Shame on you, but thanks for being here. It's that auto again that caught us, right? The autocorrect. Yeah. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. All right. So, hmm, I could just save these. I don't want to save any more paper. No, no, we're not saving. We're piling it on until we have, ooh, sorry, those scraps used up. Let's put that right there. And then we're going to cut it up, or we're going to stencil first and then we're going to cut it up. I guess we should do that. And we could stencil with ink. And also, I mentioned previously, I got more of them, ink refills and coordinating colors, and we can splatter. Maybe we'll splatter after we do the embossing paste, though, because that way it'll get some of the splatter too. Yeah, that auto is something else, huh? I think we need to have something going across, like, I don't know. See, I'm not an expert at this. If you're an expert, help. Maybe we'll do a little tearing. I was gonna not tear on this one, and the next one, the black and white one, I'll do some tearing. That's the same paper. Could flip it over and do this. Yeah, all right, we'll do a little tearing. Why not? That way I have two pieces there. So I hope you're all having a good day and week so far on this fine, cold, actually a little bit sunny right now. It was cloudy this morning. And I thought, what happened to the sun? We had sun yesterday and it was so nice. I think I'll put, oh, that's that same. I think we'll have this go up here. I have no idea what I'm going to use these for afterwards, but we'll figure something out. It might be too thick to do die cuts. Probably definitely too thick for punches, right? I have water here, which is in the way, but in case we do the embossing, I can just stick stuff in it right away, or paintbrush splatter, or whatever. Whatever we choose. This looks really busy to me. That's a pretty, pretty paper. Let's put that in the middle of that one. I am doing well today. I've been a little stressed. My cat is really ill, and I stopped giving her medicine. My son and I think it's the best because she has been She has been hiding, like, in weird places, and the only way she comes out to eat even is if I find her and carry her to her dish. So, I don't want this to be a downer, but I don't think I'm gonna have my kitty very much longer, and I'm pretty upset about that. My daughter said, "Well, you have to get another cat right away." I'm like, "Ugh," I get so emotionally attached to my pets that it took me 3 years to get over the last cat before I got Callie, and that was only because my daughter prompted me to go. Um, yeah, I don't know if I can that fast, you know? You know? I don't know. Let's do another one up here maybe. Mm, eh, eh. We'll put it there and tear it too. I know. I thought she was starting to get better, but then she started getting weird and she still uses the litter box, but like only if I carry her. There's a little bathroom up here in my craft room. It's a full bath. It has a shower stall. She either is laying along the wall right next to the toilet or she goes in the shower stall because she can't get in the big tub. And I could not. And the other day, she was in my son's room, and he's got a bookcase, but he had a box or something piled in front of it, and I could not find her anywhere else in the house. I was really panicking, and I knew she didn't get out, but here she was, and I touched her, and she didn't move. My heart just sunk, and then all of a sudden, she moved, and I was like, "Yes!" And I had to grab her by the mama cat thing to even get her out of there, and she was, like, mad at me. I'm like, "No, you have to come out and eat. You have to eat something." So and she did. She'll eat a little bit. Now, yesterday, she was eating more. Today, not so much. She's not eating. She ate breakfast good, but, I took her down for she gets like a lunch treat, a wet lunch treat, and she barely touched it. And I had to bring an extra water bowl up here because she's not drinking her water downstairs. My heart is breaking. So anyway, and then on top of all this, my son's car, I started to say that in the last version of the live. It is not well. And it's been sitting at AAA for since the day before, nope, the day after Christmas, and they can't fix it. They've told us it's junk and take it to the dealer. Well, the dealer couldn't see it until couldn't look at it until next Monday. So AAA agreed to let us have it sit there because we're gonna have to have it towed again, and it's just a mess. I'm like, so he's using my car to go to work. So any running I want to do, I have to do in the morning before he is up. And also that way somebody's here with Callie all the time too. So I don't think I was going to put that there, but that's where it's going. Anyway, so that's how my life's been going lately, and I'm kind of beside myself lately. I didn't glue that down yet. Duh. I know. I'm not exactly sure, Jean. She was a rescue in February 2017. The rescue told me they thought she was around 5, but um I think she was older than that because every vet I've taken her to, only 2 actually, but every place I've taken her has said, "Oh, I think she was older than that." That's the same paper. Um, Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Fran. Yeah, these were a Snowflake Splendor collection, long retired from Stampin' Up. I think I was going to put this here. I don't remember. Short-term memory loss. Seriously. Anyway, I only have a few more little bits to glue and then we'll get to stenciling and after I cut some of these edges off. Um, I have green. Maybe we could, no, that's the same as over there. Maybe, yeah, let's put, this water's in the way. Let me bring this down. Actually, I might put a piece across here because I don't think I got it all the way up to the top good. So let's do that first. Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to stay positive, and first I thought, well, she's just going through a phase, but oh, because she got kind of mad at us for trying to find her and to give her medicine and stuff, and but she would still sit on my lap or on my bed or sleep on my son when he was home, and but the last few days she it's like she doesn't want anything to do with either one of us at this point, and I'm just sad. That's all. But this too shall pass, right? Mm, mm, uh, I don't know where I want this. Maybe like that. Maybe down here. Let's put it down here. Let's put it down. I don't really. Let's put it here. We need more blue there. So anyway, so I need to craft because it's the only way I can try and keep my mind off stuff. And I need to use up paper. So thus this project. Okay, two more little pieces. I'm using it all. I'm using it all except for these two. Um, but it's the same. It's the same. It looks like a hot mess right now, doesn't it? I'm going to put this one here because I don't like that seam. I guess, maybe. Yeah, I'll put the green side up. Whoops. Maybe I will. Oh, yeah, I found it. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing better. And my son's car issue is really his issue. It's just a his issue, not a his issue. It's just an inconvenience for me a little bit, but honestly, I don't need to go anywhere except, occasionally the grocery store or something, and I did that already, so I'm good to go. Next week I'll have to go just to get a few things and pick up prescriptions or something, and then that'll be it. So, all right, last piece. Where should I put it? Where should I put it? This one. Mm, it looks real busy here and not much over here. Maybe I should just go like this. Yeah, let's break that up a little bit. I know it's the same as that, but it's okay. We'll stencil with inks or something and okay. Now I have to pick this up. See, the other side is shiny white because the name of the paper was right there and I covered it. Let me get my little scissors. Oh, actually, we have a few more little pieces because I'm cutting stuff off the edges. It's okay. This one's too small to even worry about. And some of these are hanging off the edge. I'm just gonna toss that actually. Oh, look, it has a, no, it's sticky. And there's one up here. Anyway, I'm all right. I'll, I'm preparing myself, preparing myself. I really thought it was the other day when I touched her and she didn't move. I was like, oh no, can't deal with it. But you have to. Unfortunately, it's part of life. I just wasn't ready, but she got hyperthyroidism. And the first medicine was liquid. Oh my goodness, she hated that. And she hated me for giving it to her. And the next one wasn't as bad. It was ears, and I had to rub it in the top of her ears, and seemed like it was going pretty good. And then she just got funny. I don't know. First, it was like she was laying near heaters and stuff trying to stay warm. And I'm like, well, she's cold. It's cold. Thank you, Jean. And then when she started laying like on the bathroom floors and stuff, I'm like, that's just there's something's not right. It's like complete opposite now. Now it's, we'll make this side be busier. Okay, that's it for now. Now we're gonna, stencil, and I think we might try this. Now I covered up the big part of that though, so I don't know if it'll look right anymore there. Hmm. All right, never mind. We're gonna use the other smaller stencil and just use ink. We're gonna use this and ink different places with a darker color. I think that's what we'll do. And actually we could use embossing paste through this. I got paper towel bits on there from whenever I used it last. Um, mm, maybe we'll start here on this strip and kind of do a couple of them. So let me tape that down a little bit. Yeah, I don't know how the end result will turn out, but it was scraps. There, we'll go like that. Put this over here. And so what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to get this block ink refill on it. All right, here's a decision. Use purple or sort of this sort of Coastal Cabana greeny blue or this Misty Moonlight, which is the one of the darker blues, or um the purple Highland Heather. Nope, that's not the right one. This one, which is the color in here, or Balmy Blue, which is kind of this blue, or Pool Party, which is a greeny blue. It's probably in with this Coastal Cabana. I'm either thinking, um, I'm thinking I want purple on here because it's like a green background where I have it. So let's start with that, and then we can always change it or cover it with something else. And I don't know how easy it would be to change it. And I could, ooh, ooh, I just got an idea. Let's put a little bit of this Altenew stuff on here and put the ink in it and color the ink purple and blue. Yeah. So this is the Altenew embossing paste. It's like whipped cream or something. I don't want to get too much out. That's probably too much, but it's like whipped. It's so, and I've had it for a while and it stayed soft. I do keep the inner lid in there. And then I'm just going to put a drop or two of ink refill. When I buy ink pads, I buy ink pad refills because you never know if the color is going to stay around, and I kind of look at it like an investment. Um, so I'll have my inks for a while, and I have way too many, but yeah, that's beside the point. So we're going to have purple. Hopefully we'll have some purple snowflakes on like a green plain kind of paper. Maybe a little bit more. Need a bit more. So this is my idea of mixed media because I can't draw. And I can't paint either, but I just do simple coloring and card making and paper crafting, and I do like to play with paints and stuff, but kind of in this way. So I don't know. I guess it's sort of a form of mixed media. What do you think? I feel like I'm making icing for a cake. That's what it feels like, right? But don't try and eat it because it won't taste the same. All right, let's just try it. I don't really care if I get it on other parts too. Yeah, I got way too much. In fact, we'll just go up this way too. Why not? And maybe down too. Use the whole stencil. Use up the stuff. And then we could do some in a different part too. Like over here is kind of plain, so maybe we'll do some there. I do have to clean the stencil off right away because you know this stuff dries pretty fast on your stencil. Or not stencil. Yeah, I guess it is a stencil. Yeah. That's too many. I was only going to do like 4 or 5 there. All right, let me move this out of the way. Do this. Pull this up. Let's see how it did. Oh, pretty. My paper came up a little bit. I have some on the edge there. I'll take off. Maybe there. All right, I just want to put a couple over on the other side. Over here. So, like right there. Definitely mixed media, yay! Definitely fun. It's definitely fun. Therapeutic, I'd say even. Yeah. Ugh. So I guess a lot of people travel in their retirement, and I would like to go somewhere someday, but, I enjoy crafting too. It's kinda I'm glad I have it. It got me through a lot over the last several years, I think. Is there anywhere else I should do some up here maybe too to, break up that green, right? Just a little bit. Mm, use it up. Use it up. Probably getting paste where I don't want it, but it's okay. And then I think what we're going to do is splatter a little bit mixed colors with just the inks and water and a brush. Uh, And then you might have to let me step away so I can clean my block and stuff. I hate to waste this, but I don't know where else to put it. Okay. All right. One more. Mm, no, we'll stop. All right. I'm going to take a couple minutes and go rinse this off real quick and my block. And or actually, I have water right here to do that. Let me see if I have a paper towel that I can just clean this off quickly. I know I do. Somewhere. Oh, did it fall down? My towel roll. All right, I'll get a tissue. I think my paper towels fell somewhere. I don't know where. And my spray bottle, I'll hold it over the trash bin and spray, spray, spray. I really like I have some Tim Holtz things that I don't really love, but I love this thing because it's not too big in my little room and it holds enough water that I'm not constantly refilling it like some things. And I have one that's from Dollar Tree or something, but it's so big. I just don't have room to sit and I don't find the water comes out good. That didn't work real good. I need to find my paper towels. I don't know where they went. Hmm. All right, I'll have to sit this on something on its wrapper, and I will clean this off real quick. Eh, I like mixed media. I like doing different stuff. And let's see if I have something, just old paper I can wipe this off on. That didn't work. Yuck. Okay, I have to get something else to clean the block. because I need it to put ink on so we can splatter too. And you could use any inks to do this, dye-based ones anyway, and that's what these are. And your oxides would be okay for doing this. Look at my hands. Ugh, need to wash my hands off now. I have become embossed. Ugh, anyway, use an old paper to clean my hands with. This is bizarre. I need a sink right next to my desk. It's not too far away, although I disturb Callie. Okay, let's use that same purple for now and put just 2 drops there and on me too. And let's get some of the maybe the darker blue, and we'll try that and see how we like it. I don't want to mix them yet. This is pretty strong because it's used to re-ink ink pads, you know. And somewhere here I have a little paintbrush. Yep, here it is. Now I bought these splatter paintbrushes at, I'm going to spray this just a little bit, Amazon, but I'm not going to use them right now. I'm just going to use this little brush, hopefully, and just tap it. I'm going to have to put more glue here before I cut this. If you guys have suggestions for this, let me know. I am open to that for sure. Now I'll try some blue, because why not? Let's see. I will probably find splatter everywhere on stuff around the perimeter, hopefully not on my computer. Exactly, right, Jean? Inky, pasty, whatever. I remember Katie was stamping her first time stamping or something, and she said, "My hands are all inky." I'm like, "Yeah." Some people that do stamping have channel names, my inky fingers. I remember there was a lady with that name. I think that's enough. That's kind of really splatted up. Okay, I think I'm gonna clean this off real quick, and I think we'll let that dry a little bit. I'm gonna try and sneak a little art glitter glue if I can get it out of the bottle under that, yeah, under here, because that's pulled up a little bit. Let's see if I can push that down without ruining that snowflake too badly. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, and we're gonna work on the black and white one while this dries, and then we'll cut it up. Don't know where I'm gonna put it to dry. I guess over on my jewelry chair. 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this was another one of those sheets, and it was from the Christmas paper that I finished for my 10 on the 10th cards. And but we're gonna use different paper that I had in my scrap pile, not even in a separate folder. And it's all this pretty black and white. It's all black and white. And if you came in late, I shared that I took some of these and colored them ahead of time. I didn't get to this one, so I'm saving one of these, I think this, to color because that's a different flower than these that have sort of the dotted centers. So I colored them with alcohol markers. I think they came out pretty. And I fussy cut, which I hate to do. Melanie, hi. Did you saw the snowflake one? And I found the paper that you use for my card, and I love it. I have that here somewhere too, but we're not going to do that today. So this paper, honestly, I don't remember what it was from. Probably some multi-pack, maybe a celebration. I might leave these two alone because they are card front size already, and I can just use them. But all these pieces here that were flowers, but they have this on the other side. And some of these will tear up. We'll just tear. We'll tear. Tear away. I think I might not. Oh, this one I want to. I'm going to save this flower both sides because I didn't. Um, I don't have any more of that. Not that I need it, but oh, this would be a pretty one to color some of too. All right, here's what we'll do. We'll just tear some of it and keep the rest to color. Maybe we'll tear some of it. And it has that on the back, which is kind of cool too. All right, so I'll keep the big piece to color. For now, I might just say, nah, the heck with this. And then this one, I'm not in love with. You could color these too if you wanted to. I don't really love this. I like this side better because it adds dark. And I'm just going to, I'll tear some of this too. Thanks, Melanie. Let's start with that many. And I have this one, which is cool. I like both sides of that. It has the dots, but also just the leaves. And I have this one, which is too busy for me to color, but it is pretty roses. Or this. Ah, we're tearing, we're tearing. And I'm gonna, oh, you know what? We have a little bit of this already because it has that on the back too. And then these pieces. That's probably enough to start with, but I have, didn't I say I had dots somewhere too? No. All right, this one. We're going to take a little bit off of this too. Because we can either use the flowers or more likely the dots. Okay. Enough to get started. Deb tearing stuff. Woo. uh, Thank you, Jean. I appreciate it. I just did that while I was watching Left-Handed Crafters live earlier today. And she made a beautiful card and now see, is that the only piece of that I did? Oh yeah. All right. I'm going to, I guess, did I save some of this? Now I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. Yes, I saved some of it. So we're going to just tear because I kind of want some of that black stripe after all. I don't know. Call me crazy. I'm just going to start gluing down again. I don't know what I'm doing. This is my version of a glue book without the book, I guess. I don't know. Tearing paper. I'm just tired of having so many scraps. Plus, I have so many not scraps, but full sheets of paper and stuff that I need to use. So we're just covering up the back of a paper pack. If you don't have this kind, you can use like paper pads that are about finished and use the paper up. That's kind of, I don't know. Maybe we'll put this over here and then that in the middle. Yeah, let's do that. This is the other side of that with the dots. And I pulled this out of, I have one of those vinyl paper holders that holds 12 by 12 paper, and it's just full of like the finishing pieces of paper packs that I don't know where they came from anymore. I said I was going to do that, so let's do that. Thank you. The nice thing about black and white is you can add any color you want to it. The colors I use for the flowers were Stampin' Up! Alcohol markers, Melon Mambo, and I think I did the leaves in a retired color called Just Jade because I really like that color. And this one I did in Pretty in Pink with, I actually think I used a new color called Summer Splash. It's like a blue, more blue, but I liked it with the pink. And then the insides are done in a retired color called nope, Mango Melody, um, which I wish they hadn't retired, but it's okay. I'm not a demonstrator, so it doesn't matter. Let's bring the flowers out a little bit. Maybe. All right, let's do that one. Oh, really? I've had this for years. It might be a different one because I thought those that came back in different colors were newer papers. This is not a newer paper. There is another one that's black and white, and I'm pretty sure I have that too, but I still have a lot of that one left. I didn't even look at those, quite honestly. That I can Martha or Jean, you wanna tell this person, Mandy? How do you start a glue book? Probably in a book. If it was me doing it, because 'cause I've never done a glue book, I would alter a composition book, or like Linda B did yesterday, she took an old used planner and started that for her very first junk journal. You could do something like that. Um, no, I don't want that there. Let's put this down. Let's put it over here. Um, and then I guess you just decide maybe a theme for each page. If it was me doing it, like, oh, let's cut out some magazine pictures or calendar pictures or something of flowers, and that would be the theme. Yes, you can add picture. You can do whatever you want with it. Um, yeah, I would probably use a composition notebook to start, just because I have them, and I have mini ones or mid-size ones, and I have big ones, the regular size ones. So I would not spend a lot of money on it until you decide you like it, and then you could get mixed media paper or whatever you want to do. But I personally wouldn't to start. I've never made one. I made my first junk journals just this year. I'm gonna have this one. Hmm, don't know. Don't maybe here. Here? I'm thinking too much. Stop me. Let's put this over here. Yeah, let's do that. Nope. Let's do. I don't know. Maybe that's up there already. Let's no, let's do what I was gonna do originally. Put it over here. I'm thinking too much. Old sketchbook, yeah, that would be good. Right. I mean, it's meant a glue book is you just basically glue things in it, and a lot of people use old magazines or old catalogs. I don't really have a whole lot of old magazines. I have a couple AAA ones, and I have some jewelry making ones, I think, and some paper crafting ones. I could cut them up, but I do have some old catalogs of various places that I probably need to get rid of. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's fun. Keep on going. Keep on painting. This is a weird shape, but let's use it. I imagine in a glue book, if it was me, because I have so much paper, I could do what I'm doing now, but just in a book instead. But I'm choosing to use another scrap thing. And actually, I could cut this up and use it in a junk journal too. You know, I could do that. Oh, hang on. Person seen front yard camera. It's probably my neighbor. I don't know if he's independently wealthy now or what, but he hasn't been at work since before Christmas, which is kind of weird. Oh, I'm making a collage with scrap paper that I'm going to cut later. We finished one, but I haven't cut it yet because the embossing paste is still drying. We did this one with scraps from paper I had called Snowflake Splenda. So I used all my scraps and just laid them down, however, and then we embossed some snowflakes and splattered ink on it. So I'm letting that dry, and then I'm going to cut it into um, smaller pieces that I can use on cards or whatever I want to. Let's put some of these flowers over here, maybe. Yeah. A junk journal, there's a lot of videos on that too. My first one I made as part of a Dollar Tree junk journal challenge earlier this year, and it was so much fun. But the thought behind junk journals, as I understand it, is use things like junk mail, things you find in your home, and um, leftover cardboard pieces, and just have fun with it and make a journal. You make it from start to finish. You can use fabric scraps, paper scraps, people coffee dye and tea dye things. It can be, and then some people make a junk journal and then use that for their glue books. Like I said, I've never done a glue book, so I'm not 100% sure how I do that, but yeah, you do. It here, I'll show you my very first one. Hang on. Oh, no, I won't. I'll show you my second one. Um, was this my second one? This might have been my third one. Hang on. Hang on. I have too much stuff piled on top it. This was my second one. It used fabric from Dollar Tree, but the start of this is paper lunch bags. It's all made with paper lunch bags. And this was stickers from Dollar Tree and fabric, I think, from Dollar Tree. So this was my second, I call it my jungle one, using old envelopes, little scraps of lace, some stickers, just and you can make pockets. This was ink stained paper, I believe, with some spray. Use what you have kind of thing is the idea. And I think that came detached, but that was a belly band made out of some ribbon, old pieces of paper, cards. If you have cards you receive from people, you can use those. Thank you. So that's one that's a little one. I haven't decided what I'm gonna use that for yet, 'cause I'm someone who in the past I just journal in my journals. I can't show you my very first one because it's downstairs. I am not quite finished it. And then this was actually my third or fourth one. I call it my junk journal because I made it with a paper bag for the cover and then a piece of scrapbook paper. I also call it my Kirby Teasdale one because the paper pad was called Kirby Teasdale Studio. But all these flips and things were made with scrap papers or this was, I think, a tag off of something. This was a tag off clothing that I covered. And, so there's different things like here, just scraps of junk mail. And somewhere I have envelopes, like this was an envelope that was altered. So I'm kind of getting off track, but this one is coffee stained Dollar Tree paper and Kirby Teasdale paper envelopes that I stamped on. This was a piece of mail actually that came in. I get these things, and even from stores that we buy from, I get these and I save them and I just cover them with designer paper or something. So, I like making them. I haven't used them well. This is another envelope that I just cut and put stuff on somewhere, and this is another packaging that I used one of the signatures. This has 3 signatures, but they're not sewn in, they're just tied in. Hey, Therese. You have I love the Kirby Teasdale paper, but I am trying to finish the 12 by 12, which is still gonna take me a long time. This was an embellishment I made somewhere along the line, and I just stuck it in here. And I think, I did a session once. We only got through the first signature where I was doing some stenciling and stamping. That was a stamp. So you can do whatever you want. This is washi tape I put in across here. Um Yeah, I did some stenciling on a different live a while back. I need to do the other 2 signatures, and then I need to use the journal, and then I have one more, but I can't get to that one right now either. I call my purple journal. Hi, Gigi. No, April. April or Juju. Yeah. Mandy? Oh, Mandy. Hi, Mandy. Welcome. So we got sidetracked, but someone wanted to know what was a junk journal. It's a journal made out of junk and also coffee dyed or some people use Kool-Aid and stained papers. Um, so I can't say mine was all junk because I did buy some paper, like kid drawing paper and stuff at Dollar Tree. But you could use copy paper if you have it, or whatever scraps you have. I don't know. I might have to bring some of those other pieces up because because let's use, did I use that? Nope, I didn't use that. Let's use that over here. Oh, I did use that there. All right, let's use that over here. Yeah, they're fun. Uh, to me, a junk journal is meant to be a journal that you can write in or use it like a scrapbook and keep pictures in, which I don't. I've never scrapbooked, so I don't do that, but you can. Where a glue book is more just to me, and this is my interpretation. It's a more not for journaling, but for artistic, just being artistic with it and gluing things in. That's how I understand it. Right. You don't usually journal in a glue book. And a lot of that's all the junk journals I ever made is 2 I didn't show you and 2 I did. Um, I make them so I have room to write on, or on the backs of the tags, I can write that kind of stuff, and I could put a picture in if I so choose, but I really stink at, printing. my pictures that I have and stored in my phone and everywhere else. So yeah, I just really stink at it. So, but I should do that. I should do one for my daughter and my son before I'm too old to even know where to find all the stuff I have. There you go. That's a good has everything in it, and Glue Book is a collage of certain images. Yeah, there's a ton of, tutorials on junk journals. In fact, you might find it overwhelming. I mean, even some people take like, old books, for example, a lot of people use the golden books. I have a little heartburn with tearing old reading books apart. I don't have a problem with like old textbooks because they're so outdated. Even ones that aren't that outdated, they're now outdated because kids nowadays, like my granddaughter's in college and everything's on their tablet. They read on their tablet. They take tests probably on their tablet and stuff too. I don't know. I'm kind of out of the loop. What do we have? Let's use some of this, even though I'm not crazy about it, but oh well. Good. We're all learning. Journaling is new to me, and like I said, I never made a glue book in my life. I'm not saying I never will, but I have not. I'm going to put it this way. This is kind of a hot mess, huh? It's okay. I got too many flowers there. Maybe we'll put one up there. Let's put some more leaves down here. And you could ink, like as I'm doing this, I could be inking the edges and stuff. I just don't want to. So, yeah, let's go that way. I don't know that I'm going to stencil on this one. I may splatter though, but I have to think about that. Actually, I might cut this one up first and splatter individual sections. Like, so I could, for example, splatter a couple pieces in this same color, Melon Mambo, or a green and pink kind of thing, and then use them for card fronts that coordinate, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you should do that. I want to make a journal out of cards also, and this year, um, I have so many old cards that my mom even got, and she's gone now, but she saved oh, I didn't even glue that down. She saved cards and stuff, so and some of them were from family, some of them the family I never even met, but they were her uncles or cousins or something that I never met. So, anyway, even her mother, my grandmother, I never met, and I have pictures of her now, but I also have pictures of people that I don't even know who they are, in my mom's stuff, and I could do a journal with that because nobody else is gonna know either. Yeah, yeah. So I could do like a journal about family or something, but I don't know. I just don't seem to find the time to do everything I'd like. Yeah, see, exactly. You should do that. But even like we just had Christmas here, and I don't know if you celebrate Christmas, but you could do whatever Christmas cards you did and put them in a journal. And I have been thinking about that. I have too much of the same here, so I'm just gonna cut a couple pieces and put it down here somewhere. I don't know. Just just breaking it up a little bit. Now you could go over this with a mixed media, what do you call that? Matte medium or something. I don't have that handy. I have Mod Podge, but I'm not going to use that today either. I'm just going to let it be. Do we need another piece somewhere? Maybe. Sure, why not? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? That's the most important thing is family time. In fact, I told my daughter this year, don't get me anything. She did anyway, but which I knew. But I said, don't get me anything. What I value most, I meet my daughter usually once a week, sometimes twice a week, but it's been so cold lately. We've only been doing it, well, nothing over the holidays, but we did meet this week on Sunday morning early and walked. We walk and talk because it's our time together to kind of catch up on stuff. I think I'm going to leave it at this now. So I have quite a few bits of this paper left still, see, but I can color these flowers and even these flowers and use them. So this one, and even these a little bit, I can color them and use them on card fronts or something. And I do have these stickers and I have some bling and stuff. So I think I'm gonna cut this in um like four and four and whatever. I don't know. Let's try it. I hope I'm going to because this is kind of thick. Now you could use just cardboard. You could use cardstock, either 12 by 12 or 8.5 by 11. But the idea again is use scraps even for this. You can use basically whatever you want. And I just felt like I wanted to collage today a little bit and use up some scraps and try and make something with them. And we'll cut the other one I did too. See, this is going to be hard to cut. I think I got through. A couple tries, a little bit rough, but it's okay. We'll cut that. And I might have to touch up the glue in a couple of places. But since this was 12 by 12, if I cut it into fours and then 5 1/4, then I'll have a card front. So 4, an A2 size card front. You could make them bigger than that. And actually, I might do something else with one of these, so we'll see. Actually, I think I'll use the snowflake one for that. I don't know yet. That didn't really cut real good, so I'm going to flip it over and line it up again and cut it from the back, hopefully. Yeah. I need a good guillotine trimmer. And Samira, I don't know if she's here anymore, but she was telling us on a different live where she found one for $20. I'm like, oh, well, I doubt that my store will have them, and I can't get out right away anyway. I'm gonna take scissors and just trim this up a little bit on the rough spots, the edges, like here. You wouldn't have to even do that, and I'm cutting it crooked, so I can't cut a straight line. And now I could ink it up, but I'll wait and see what I want to do as far as um, oh gosh, I had to put it back in the trimmer to help straighten it up. Um, as far as splatter is what I'm starting to try and say. What time are we at? Okay, good. Okay, this is the only other one, and I'm just going to try and cut this a little bit right there, that piece right there. And that's all, because if I do it, I'll mess it up like I did this one. Let me bring the trimmer back. Now, I didn't bring all right, we'll make this 3 3/4, and then we'll put a backing on it. That's what we can do. Now, if you cut thick paper like this with your trimmer, and then you go to cut like real good cardstock, since January 2017, and my thing was, my first passion is jewelry making. I've kind of gotten, I shouldn't be getting away from it, but I kind of gotten away from that, sidetracked, I'll say. And I've been doing paper crafting, and my first video was sharing a pocket letter that I received. I did an exchange with somebody that was on YouTube, but also on Facebook. And so we shared pocket letters, and I shared the one she sent me. And then I just stayed on, and I got into really big time into paper crafting. Um, okay, I'm cutting these to 5.5 now, and you'll see why in a few minutes. These I think will be just cards, and I can use this for an embellishment or something. Let's do that with all of these actually. So they're cut at 4, except that one's going to be like 3 3/4, but this will be 4 by 5 1/4. Now you don't have to do this. You can leave them. You can cut tags out of them or whatever you would like. I think I want that flower, so most of that flower, yeah. I'm gonna make cards with them actually. I'm breaking up. Oh no. I wonder if it's from the printer. I'm not getting any error on this end so far. So Mandy, are you a crafter or what do you do um, mostly? Mm, can you still hear me? Okay. Latch hooking. I did that when I was young, like a teenager. Okay, so see, these are all big enough to go on the front of a card. So there are different sizes of cards, but one of the common ones in the United States anyway for card makers is called an A2, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4, which is actually half of a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock cut on the long side. So this is 5.5, and there'd be another 5.5 piece. And then you just score it in the middle at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 side. This is a card front. So this is a card base. So then, so it's 5.5 by 4 1/4. So if I cut these at 5 1/4 by 4, it makes a card front. Oh, wow. I used to like that, although it really messed with my, skin, my hands, my skin on my hands. Thank you, Martha. Oh, these look like moo cards? Well, good, I'll save them then and use them for whatever week that is. Yeah, cool. But all of these are the size that will fit on a card front. Now, I could put I could use a different color card base, but I'll probably go with white on some and black on some other ones. If I make some black, do I have a black one? I think I have one black card base made. So I think that'll look cool. Now, and these I cut wrong, so I might have to save them and make some more moos. I had never heard of Moose. See, I'm still learning because Jean has, a collab going on called Artistic Trading Card Fund and or something like that, or Artist Trading Card Fund. Some of these I have to glue a little better. Um, let's see what size these are, and you tell me, Jean. They're about 1.5 by 4. Yeah, I think that is about the size you said, right? Well, cool. I now have the start of 3 moos. I have to figure out what I wanna do with them, but yeah. But these, I'm gonna make cards out of all of these. Now, before we do that, and actually I had cut black and white paper is cool because you see these flowers, I had a piece big enough that I was able to, you can see it was the paper. I colored them with alcohol markers, and they can be like a center focal point on one of these cards, right? And then I can put a sentiment on and I can spritz it. In fact, let's just use this one. We'll make a card or two. But this is I like the black backing, and we could do one in pink, light pink. Um, so let me get a scrap paper. And I don't have my ink refill out here for Melon Mamba, but I have the ink pad. Let me make sure this is glued down good first, because it's pretty thick because there's a couple layers of paper on some of this. Oh, I'm breaking up still? That's so weird. My mic's plugged in. I don't know why. Huh. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, I think they'll make really cool card fronts, and or you could use them. You could cut them to 3.5 by 2.5. And then this is what a pocket letters, the start of a pocket letter is. It's baseball trading card or trading card pockets, and the pockets fit 2.5 by 3.5 little papers. So I could make one out of this as well and cut, if I didn't already cut it wrong, I could do that. So anyway, let's get my melon mambo. And I think I'm going to take a little spongy thing. These Dollar Tree used to sell these kind of round spongy things, and I just cut them into like 6 wedges. And I'm going to, a lot of people used to take one of those binder clips and pinch it here and then hold on to the binder clip. Yeah, I'm not that fancy. So, oh, I should have been though. I might have just wrecked my ink pad. Apparently it's an old sponge. Anyway, I'm just going to edge around it and add a little color there. I'm a little concerned about that. I'm going to take my block here and close my, sorry, didn't mean to do that into the mic. Could be the weather, yeah. Sorry. I don't want to try and restart. I'm only going to be on for another 20 minutes anyway. 4 o'clock. I'm trying to keep these to no more than 2 hours. And then usually around 4, I start dinner. My son's at work, but I make dinner for both of us. And then he just always has to reheat in the microwave or on the stove or whatever when he gets home. Yesterday, I made chili and it was so good. And I was so bad. I shouldn't be eating any carbs, but I made, what do you call those things? Corn muffins. Oh my goodness. I hadn't had one of those in years, and it went so good with the chili. It was so good. Where am I from? I'm in southeastern Pennsylvania, and I have lived here the majority of my life. Spent a year in Tennessee, and I worked various places. So I ended up traveling like 10 months abroad and stuff like that occasionally. But my most of my family is from a different part of Pennsylvania, mid north. middle north Pennsylvania, I guess it would be. I don't know. I'm trying to wet the leftover ink that's on the block now and use that same brush we splatted with before and splat more of the Melon Mambo on here. Eh, I just splatted me. Yeah, that happens. Okay, enough. Sorry. Linda. Yeah, right? I know. So good, so good. But I'm changing my eating lifestyle most of the time, but I cheat every now and then. But I did walk yesterday, so not that that's enough of a reason to cheat, but I did. Can't be undone. I made 6 and I only had 1. My son ate 2, I think, and he's got leftovers that he can enjoy too. All right, so for this card, I'll do a sentiment later, but all I have to do is stamp a sentiment, I think, and I could put a strip sentiment down here or across here, and I think that's a pretty card. And then on the inside, I just need to put a piece of white cardstock that's because on dark cardstock, you can't really see to write unless you write in white or something. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. I think what I'll do is do what they call bump this up, which is putting foam thingies on the back. Foam, these are Stampin' Up! Ones that are called dimensionals. They're my favorite, but any will do. I have Dollar Tree ones. I have somebody else. And there's also foam tape that you can cut down. This one's a really thick one, so I tend not to use it a whole lot because, mailing costs are a thing too. Thank you, Samira. A sentiment is just words, like happy birthday or get well soon or thinking of you, stuff like that. Whatever you'd see on the front of a card. Like if you go buy one in the store, I'm using way too many. I'm gonna get a mini. I have little mini black ones. I'll put one there. Boop. And then they just elevated off the card base a little bit. So, and then I'm gonna cut the other one up too. So I think I'll do more of these, off camera. But you got the gist of it, right? So this one, let's see. I think I'll put it on an angle like that and right here. Kind of like that. Yeah, maybe like that. Oh, look, and there's a tulip there. Now, these aren't tulips though, but it looks like a tulip, right? And then I think what I'll do is put a sentiment strip across here. You can also put ribbon on. I have a really pretty, I won't do that till I put whatever I'm going to put on here, but this would be nice on it. Just tie a little bow and stick it, somewhere. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, yeah, of course they can. Although I have to say, I just did a little tiny haul, which you didn't see yet because I didn't edit it yet. Um, and sentiments in that stamp set are all get well because I don't really have too many of those. Anyway, I will glue this down. I didn't glue it down yet because I might wrap a ribbon around or twine or lace or something. And then what I'll do is I'll stamp on a different scrap of paper and cut it out and probably put it here. Or if it's a small one, I could just put it across the bottom of here and also bump it up and put a little bow down the bottom or something. I'll figure it out. So I'll share those. I'll share my final cards in a separate video probably next week because I'm running a little short on time here. I have some other things I have to do like jeans collab and Crack the Vault, I still have to do. I'm trying to do for that one. That's a collab hosted by Poet Spice, who is Jamie. All right, so we did this one, and we're going to cut it too. Now, I might do one of these 4, and then I might do another one. Uh, let's see. Well, let me find something here a minute. Because Jean's collab is to make this week. It's to make Rolodex cards, and I have Rolodex cutting dies. I don't have any Rolodex card blanks, but you know what those are? Like, okay, so here's an example of sentiments, Mandy. um, that was, and this is my one I got for Get Well. It has like inside and outside ones, which I shared more of in the thing. This was free if I bought something for $15, so I did. And it's got all different sentiments you could put on a card. Um, but this one, I want to use different sentiments like warm wishes or something like that. I can't find I can't find my thingamajobber, my die. Hang on. I have such a mess here. It's ridiculous. All right. Well, never mind. Let's cut this and let's see. I think I'll leave the side that's plainer bigger because that would be better for making Rolodex cards, I think. So this side, I'm going to cut down to card front sizes again. And the thing about these is they're pretty thick already because it's got a couple layers of the paper that we glued down on top that already a little bit thicker card stock, if you will. So you don't want to add too much more dimension because you'll end up paying a fortune in shipping just to mail your card. That didn't cut all the way through, but it's, oops, sorry, but it's most of the way. See? So I'm going to flip it over again. I'm trying not to rub off the embossing paste. It's dry, but I just don't want to have it come off. Okay, so this one I'm going to cut down more and put it in, make it into card fronts. Now this one, um, did I do that backwards? No. Yeah. This side especially, I might die cut in other things. I don't think a punch would work on this. It's too thick for a punch, but I think die cuts might if you run it through your die cutting machine several times. Thanks, Jean. Yeah, I love ribbon too. Thank you, April. Oh yeah, definitely. So this I'm going to cut to 5 1/4. Yep. This must be more paper layers than the other one. And this one, 5 1/4. And then look, I'll have another moo, is what Jean called it, right? I always just used them for embellishments and stuff, but little pieces like this. You could also make this into a tag. That would be pretty, especially with that edge on there. Just basically punch a hole here and put some ribbon on. You could put a sentiment on there, and then you have a tag, which you could use for a gift, or you could use it as a writing space in a journal, junk journal or something. So I have 2 card fronts here, and unfortunately, I don't have too many color options cut already for card fronts, but I do have some white. And they're two different types of white paper. That's okay. So these are A2. That one is cut the standard way. Now I might put, I don't think I will. I think I'll ink that maybe with a darker blue. And maybe this one with purple because it has more purple splatters on it. I don't like this one as much, but this one would be okay if, for example, I have some snowflake, and I have some snowflake things. I have some wooden things, and I have, let's take out one of these big ones if I can get them out. I don't know, they're gonna have glitter everywhere. How does this open? Thanks, Therese. Did you see the black and white one too? I like that one a lot. So this we could have, is there a white snowflake? Yeah. These are from Dollar Tree, or there's silver ones. They don't really go well, but I'm just going to show you with the white one. I could have a big snowflake on here, and I could either punch or stamp a small sentiment on a piece of paper and glue it into the middle of the snowflake, or I could glitter this up and just put a sentiment strip across or something like that. I don't particularly love that on there. And then I have these little wooden ones, and those I can paint with acrylic paint marker. Um, I think I would like that better. And just put a few of those on here. Now, if you do stuff like this, you will not be paying regular postage, just so you know. You'll be paying more postage. Um, Maybe this one. The backings are coming off some of these, which is okay. So I would probably paint these with acrylic paint or acrylic paint markers, or space them out a little bit, maybe, I don't know, and put it right across here. That's probably what I'll do. Okay. Um, if you have a punch or a dot with snowflakes, oh, that one's broken. Shoot. You could punch out snowflakes out of glitter paper. Ooh, you know what would be? I don't have a punch anymore, but I have snowflake vellum. So I could fussy cut some of these if I wanted to, which I don't want to. But I also found this light blue glitter paper. I might try and die cut a couple snowflakes out of that for the cards, not for the, I don't know, for the other stuff maybe too. Because I don't feel like doing acrylic paint right now. uh, I get worn out. Oh, okay. Well, hang on. I understand everybody has stuff to do. So that's an option. The other one was an option. You know, even though I don't really care for how this looks, it's not bad. And you could put something in the middle of it. You could even put one of these other things in the middle like that if you paint that, and that would be cute. And then a sentiment, you wouldn't even have to put a sentiment on the outside. You could put it on the inside of the card, right? So that's just some ideas. The black one, Therese, I cut up into all card fronts. I made 2 card fronts with this one, and then I'm gonna try and do different stuff with the rest of it, I think. But here's we did this one we made into a card front, which I don't have glued down yet because I didn't finish it. And Jean tells me how I cut these was 4 and 4, and then 5 and a quarter and 5 and a quarter, and then what was left was these, which is 1.5 by 4, and she said that's the size of the moo, because we were talking about what is a moo. Is it the right size, Jean? 1.5 by 4? Is that close enough? I have to trim these down a little bit. But yeah, so these are the right size apparently for moos, and I have one so far, just one for the snowflakes too. But I think that would make a pretty tag too. Anyway, what do you do with moos, Jean? I'm not familiar enough with them. Yeah, thank you. I think they came out pretty nice. This one, I'll probably, was it that one? or this one. I don't know. I'm gonna make a card or a couple cards out of these. But I have this paper, and these are the same flower, so I could just let me flip that around right at that spot there, and put pink, and then put a sentiment coming this way, or a ribbon going that way, and a sentiment. And then this one, I don't know. I could put it on one of the moos. It's probably too big. Let's see. It's pretty close. I could do that. I could fit that one on a moo. There we go. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for now. It is almost 4, not quite 2 hours, but I'm kinda getting worn out, and I have a mess to clean up, and especially me. So this one, we did some stenciling after we did the collage, and then we, with, alt to new embossing paste mixed with, ink refill in lavender, some kinda lavender. And, the black one, we just splattered this one after we cut it with Melon Mambo ink, which is the color I used on this, and inked around the edges. And as soon as I figure out what sentiment I'll put on that, I think that would just make a pretty thinking of you or happy birthday card. And then I'll probably just put a plain white piece of paper on the inside. Yeah, and that's what these are, 1.5 by 4. So if you cut down a 12 by 12 collage or cardstock into 4 inches, 4 inches, and then 5 1/4 and 5 1/4, you end up with strips from the bottom that are 1.5 by 4. Thank you, Fran. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I appreciate you all being here so much. You don't even know. And thank you for spending some time with me. I really do appreciate it. And this was really fun. I didn't know how this was going to turn out because I haven't done a whole lot of collage. A little bit, but not a lot. Thank you so much, Juju, April. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming. All right, everyone. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you again probably tomorrow. I'll show you some things for artistic chaos Jean, Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos collaboration called Artist oh gosh, Artist Trading Card Fun. And some of these are gonna show up again, I'm sure, okay? Take care. Hugs, love, and peace. Thank you for being here.